All right, first item of business, let's get the minutes out of the way. The minutes were sent out Monday, so a motion on the minutes.
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from February 25th, 2026.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any other discussion on the minutes? Anybody all set with them? Okay, let's do roll call. Scott, aye.
Mary, aye?
Heidi, aye.
Sheena, aye.
All right, minutes pass 4-0 for the 2:25 minutes. Okay, next is, who is up first? Do we have let's see, the assessor, right? Okay, you can come forward.
And can you just introduce yourself, please?
Hello, good evening. My name is Linda Berisha, and I'm the town assessor.
Okay, thank you.
We have the, your budgets up here. So if anything, you want to just give us a rundown on them?
Yes, so basically, the FY 2027 for the full-time salary, part-time wages, it's the 5% that was approved, correct, June? I know Kristen last year, she would walk me through, so those are the numbers based on the calculation for the 5%.
Okay.
Other than that, nothing really changed.
All right, so that's the total increase of 46 or 4669.
Yep.
All right. Anything on regarding the expenses and the
The-
contracted services
Yeah,
here?
so the only difference is the contracted services, everything went up from all the vendors that I use. Other than that, I try to basically not increase anything else.
Okay, and all those vendors are listed down here, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
So each of those vendors had an increase
Correct,
coming in, and that's all rolled up in the expense.
correct. It's only the contracted services. I
Yeah.
have, like for real estate, I use Vision Government
Mhm.
Solution. That's my CAMA database. For personal property, I use RRC.
Yep.
And then I use Nearmap, which is the satellite images. If I cannot go and inspect the property, then it's pretty cool. They fly every 3 months. And
Those are her spies.
and
Is
yeah,
it Vadar?
yeah.
Okay.
And then it's Vadar. Vadar, it's
Yeah.
divided between accounting treasurers and me. So I believe each of us pay 1,400.
So it's basically a third split between the finance team
Vadar,
functions?
Vadar, yes.
It's the,
Vadar.
for the
Yeah.
cloud app.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay.
And the 5% increase was what, salaries?
Yes.
Okay.
So
You,
sorry, go ahead, Scott.
you have 3 users as your group, or that's the 3 users being
No,
split across
it's,
the group?
You have 3.
yeah, I have
Three in your
3,
office.
2 of the assistant and me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 3
Yeah.
users specific to the assessors, okay. Was any one particular, was the one, or they just kind of all incrementally went up in price?
Kind of everything went up for a certain percentage. They go up every year.
All right,
And then this is Vision, yeah.
yeah, with the, okay.
We like
Yeah.
reading at 90 degrees.
I don't have a paid version, so I can't rotate it.
Yeah, that's, you have to download it before you can rotate. So Linda, there's 2 parts to the salary piece. One is, I think, a cost of living adjustment.
Correct, I
And-
believe that
and
was the
then
2%, and then the 3%
is,
one-time adjustment for the
It's a
3% COLA and then one
a grade
step.
step.
And for the
yeah.
salary, it's 2%.
Yeah,
So it comes out to about a step is what the 2% is.
okay.
So if you were to go back to the page that shows the payroll on
One of those sideways pages, huh?
Nope.
No,
Oh,
it was the
no,
very
it's
first
Oh,
one.
it is,
Oh.
actually.
Okay, all right, all right.
So yeah, so both of her employees that work in the office actually will get the COLA as well as one step, which is
Okay.
what hers. And then with Linda's salary, it will be the 3% COLA plus a 2%, because that's roughly about what steps are to
Okay.
make it even.
Oh, did I do it right?
Now it's
Yeah.
upside down.
Close,
Even better.
All right, so here's
Is it your
the-
computer on the screen, Scott?
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Scott volunteered.
Nice.
all right.
Yeah, this is my property lister and the admin,
Mhm.
part-time.
Those were the only increases in the salary.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
No, this is very clear. Thank you.
Okay, and yours is just cover the assessors? There's no...
Because we don't have any reval this year, right?
No reval.
It's
No,
gonna
no,
be a
we're done
special
for
article,
the
or are we-
next, yeah, 4
for
years. Yes. So this year.
Okay. All right. Unless anybody has any questions? You're all set,
Okay.
thanks.
No?
Nice
Okay,
to meet you.
thank
To see you.
Right. Thanks, Judy.
Do you want me to sit next to you, or you can sit anywhere you want? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Or did you want to, did you say Felicia had to leave early, or?
Felicia can go if she wants. Just let it go. Yeah, Felicia can go if she wants.
So you want to do that?
Why don't you see how tight she is on time?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Felicia.
Alrighty.
This is recreation, so it's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah, of course. Always fun. Felicia Lowe, Recreation Committee, Chair.
630. Right there.
I don't know how you keep track of all those.
Unless you have an updated one, but this was the last one I had.
That's
on
it.
the- Okay.
I think we'll just work with revolving for any extra, but also soccer is giving their contribution, so that will be helpful for
Yeah, I didn't know
any-
if you had done a new budget or not, so.
No, that's it. All right, so I guess the big ticket item with our budget is mainly the Diamond Athletics field maintenance. That has gone up a little bit. Luckily, Bob has done a really great job last year, really helping what the fields look like. They looked like a hayfield for a while, so hopefully for soccer and baseball, everything will be good.
That's Bob Hodges?
Bob Diamond.
Oh, Bob Diamond?
Yes.
Okay.
I every year I do get 3 quotes. He's still
Yeah.
the best quote, and he's wonderful because last year he actually donated like a full aeration of the field also, which is awesome. So obviously I'd love to keep it local, but I always shop around a little bit. Besides that, the part-time wages, we finally have the job description out. I think as of last night, or whenever the select board meeting was, there's 7 applicants currently
good.
that have applied. I'm hoping we'll get a couple more, and we can get that filled and alleviate some of the admin stuff so we can really focus on programming and improving everything. So, Cully Septic, everything only went up just a little bit. I haven't asked for anything extra. All of this is based on the same stuff we had this year, the same number of trash barrels, the same number of porta potties, and then the Goose Patrol, which we have every year. And then the MyRec software, it's still the $2,000. Recreation covers another $850. I think it's $850 to $1,000 out of our revolving to cover that cost each year. It increases a tiny bit, but hopefully with the part-time job filled, that will be up and running and really help that person as well as us. So
So the actual cost is 2,000 for it, or the actual cost is like 2,800?
the actual cost is like $2,800.
Okay.
Yep. I guess that's one I didn't print out, but
Sorry, the actual cost for which?
for the MyRec software.
Okay.
which
okay.
that will, once it's up and running, will be basically a website for people to go to directly to register for all the recreation activities, soccer,
Very cool.
basketball, anything we have, events, that kind of stuff, which will be great. And payment can go through there and not through anybody
Right.
else, which is
Yeah,
wonderful.
exactly. So you save a lot of time.
Yes,
here at Town Hall
yes.
and
I mean,
over
I'm
to school.
hoping, we did put in the job description, my rec software experience preferred. I'm hoping someone will have that. It'd be
Alright.
great, it'd be a huge help, because we haven't learned it yet, and I think it will be a huge asset if somebody knows how to do that.
So it really hasn't been utilized?
No, I started the training, I asked them, because when we started, they went to charge me for a month's, the banking cost, whatever it was, is like $100 or $200. And at the time, we didn't have anybody in the position still. So I asked them if we could push out the training till we have someone in the hired position. And they agreed. So they haven't been charging us for the banking fee and those additional fees. That would have been taken from our revolving account.
Okay, but you've been paying for the 2,000 or 2,800
Just this
a
past year, yes.
In the past year?
Yep.
okay. The present fiscal year you're in?
Correct. Yep.
So and Scott, did I hear you say, did somebody say that the MyRec software cost is up for fiscal '27? Because it shows on the budget.
They
shows the
haven't
same.
sent me an update,
Okay,
and it shouldn't increase much, but if it does, it comes out of the revolving fund.
Yeah.
That
she
was the
indi-
agreed upon, it was, the 2,000 would be the base, and then if it increased, it would come out of the revolving.
Yeah, it's kind of deceiving on the top level sheet because they're putting just
Thank you. I was-
2,000
I'm
to
looking
it.
at the top
And then
one.
they're
Sorry.
taking
Yeah.
the rest from the revolving, so it doesn't.
rec
the-
absorbs 800,
it's-
there it is.
Yes,
That's-
you're
Right,
not,
right,
that's the
yeah.
piece
you're
that
not seeing
I
the
missed.
change in costs.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay.
For the field maintenance also, the number isn't what the quote says, because soccer and baseball contribute a portion to that as well. Rec is responsible for 70%, and then soccer and baseball cover the other 30%.
How do they cover that? Do they just pay you into a revolving fund?
Yes,
or they
yes,
pay a-
yep.
Okay.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, June, should that go into this
The revolving
account
fund.
versus the revolving, or no? Like go into the general fund?
You only have a revolving, there is no other account.
Right, but because you pay,
If you're
These
paying
ones
for it
out
out
of
of
it.
town money, then it should come into the town, but if you're paying for it out of the revolving, then you would deposit that money into the
okay, so that's what we've done in
revolving
the
to pay it
past.
out.
They just will write the check to
Yeah.
recreation and it goes into the revolving, and
Okay.
if
Yeah.
there's a balance or a difference at the end of the year, that's where we pay it out of.
Just understand where we sit now, we have a revolving fund account that sits somewhere at a bank,
Mhm.
and we're managing
Well,
it here in the
no,
finance
it's just a
team.
separate account, it's not an
Separate account here.
interest-bearing account.
Okay.
So if
correct.
we
On
have
the books.
events or fundraising things, that's where those funds go.
So if
Like
they
all the
have any
fitness
programs
stuff,
or, yeah. to help
half-day
offset the
program, all
costs.
that.
Program.
So you're gonna have like a fistful of cash and you give it to Catherine, or, I mean.
Right, yeah, well, hopefully I won't have to deal with any cash or checks.
No.
Once
I
the
mean,
MyRec software is moving.
I'm just wondering where
Be
we
great.
sit today and where we're going, where we're heading to. So
Right.
we're heading to having somebody to coordinate that as well
Correct.
as the ability to manage those funds, so
Yes, and once everything goes through
Catherine's
the
shaking her head.
MyRec software, it will have to be balanced weekly. Everything will have to be done.
Okay.
And Kathy will have to have a report, and it will be all,
Okay.
all be on
They
track.
have to
Okay.
tie it out and give it to us.
Right.
So we're gonna be all grown up as soon as we get somebody.
We don't just have to
visit.
visit June, we'll have to visit Kathy more.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Kathy gets it first.
I see.
And then the only other expense that last year, I was told to put it on because of the soccer field project, was the irrigation maintenance. It's $2,100. Obviously, that project isn't completed. I don't know if it will be completed this year, so we will need these funds for fiscal 2027. But I was told to keep it in the budget for this year.
Well, sure, you wanna reserve that operational expense that you think is gonna appear.
Right, and Kristen had told me to take away the electrical component, because it was another $1,000 for electrical,
Mhm.
something, and she had put that into
Electricity fund,
facilities or
probably?
something like that,
Yeah, I
I'm not
think-
sure.
Yeah.
I think
Sure.
town operations wide, we're managing electricity different, so.
Right, so I had that in our budget,
Yeah.
removed it, but I kept the irrigation maintenance because I guess if this project does move forward this year and is
Yeah.
completed in the fall, which I think is the time of year they hoped to do it, then next year, part of next year, we would need that. At least some.
Okay.
Is there, since they obviously haven't had to use it, how do you get quotes for that, or how do you come up with that
The
$21 million
irrigation
number?
maintenance, that came directly from the two gentlemen that are doing the field renovation project.
Okay,
So I haven't got an updated quote in regard to that.
okay. And so the field renovation expected to be done, or trying to get it done for the fall?
I hope so.
Okay.
They've had, I know the first phase of it is the wells, and that would be part of this component, so I think keeping it there is important, but if it doesn't happen, then it just comes right back, so.
So you've gone out to bid on all of this?
No.
Not
no,
yet?
No, the field project is not controlled by me, obviously they're talking to me because I'm rec, but it's the soccer board that presented that to CPA for the funding, so.
Oh, it was the soccer board that presented
Yep.
to the CPA for
Yep.
funding? Okay. So it's the soccer board that's coordinating all that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they presented everything in November for the first part, which is the wells, like I said, to Kristen, but it hasn't gone out to bid, so
Okay.
hopefully soon.
So in Felicia, the soccer board is like a nonprofit group of citizens? It's not part of the school?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so soccer, they contribute for field maintenance.
Mhm.
In the past, they would pay recreation a certain amount of money per team, per season. But now they've agreed, because with this project, it's gonna be a higher maintenance expense. They've agreed to pay a certain portion every year moving forward, because the fields will be substantially better once we have all this stuff.
Yeah, I can remember the plan was that the revolving fund should do pretty well with a lot of costs associated with recreation
Mm-hmm.
because of user fees on the field uses.
Yes,
We-
once,
we-
once,
That's the
I mean,
hope.
we've
That's the
already
hope.
had people asking to rent the field now.
Sure.
And I take advantage of that every time that I can. This year, we had a baseball team. It
Mhm.
was like $1,500 just to be practicing there. So if, you know, they tell a friend and they tell a friend, but we
Yes.
also have a lot of teams also in town, so it's hard to coordinate
So these are
what's
like
available.
Like out-of-town teams?
Correct.
Or
Yeah, there's some, like AAU teams,
AAU,
premier
okay.
teams. They would love to have games here too, because the main baseball field is awesome, but it's hard to accommodate because we only have the one main field. So
And so
I'm hoping with the field renovation, they will really think about the layout of all of the fields and all that stuff, because I think that will be key in
Mhm.
being able to rent and the way everything's set up. I mean, you go to AAU fields or FC Star fields, and they're right on top of each other. I mean, that's not ideal, but I think we could fit a couple more fields in there
Mhm.
to use.
And this is where that, excuse me, this is where that software is also gonna come in handy,
Yes,
because that
that'll
will
be
keep track of
huge.
kind of who, where, and when.
Correct, and we can advertise, the cost of things, and it'll all be organized in a calendar, and they can make requests, and
Mhm.
it'll be so much easier.
Yep.
All right.
So, yeah, I have an oddball question on the McHugh family disposal.
Sure.
Yeah, he's a nice guy and everything, but we're not using our transfer station. Is that just like, what do we do? We'd have to have Stan come and pick up trash?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he would do. Before Highway was taking care of the trash, but
They're busy.
they made it pretty adamant not to have that anymore, so.
Well, yeah, you got
Um,
the goose patrol and yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
They're very busy. that group.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm just asking.
They have helped a couple times when I've ran into a pinch, because they
Yeah.
only come once a week, and if we have an event or a lot of games going on and the barrels are overflowing, I mean, heck, I'll take stuff to the dump, I don't care, but
Well, yeah.
it gets to be, it was getting excessive. And the
Um,
courts look so nice, I don't want people throwing trash at the courts.
Mhm.
I have a couple recycle bins and a couple trash bins there.
My question is for another day. I like to see the transfer station used as much as possible in the town. That's why I asked
Yeah.
that question. But that's for another day.
But
That's
I don't
not-
think, do
not for
they
tonight.
do pickup? or
No.
anything?
No.
Yeah, I
No,
don't think so.
no, no,
Yeah.
no, there's no.
I mean, that would be great, but,
um,
I mean, I don't know where these guys take the trash when they actually pick it up, so,
They don't take it to our transfer station.
yeah,
It goes to a different
yeah.
place.
All right, any other questions?
Oh, and the other one, the
Sure.
playground mulch that I
Oh.
removed was, we do that every other year. So hopefully the playground project this year, I mean, that could potentially be less moving forward because once the playground is redone, the goal is to have poured in place rubber for ADA access throughout the parts of the playground. So it will eliminate some of the ground cover there for mulch. So that might go down a little bit.
And you have a playground project, right, with
Correct.
CPA?
Yep.
And are we still in jeopardy of losing the $180,000?
It's ARPA
Yeah,
funds, but I believe as long as it's completed by the end of this year, it will be okay.
so I think that's one thing Kristen left us a note with before she.
Yeah, I was gonna go there next, Sheena, so
Yeah.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
asked the
that we
question.
were in jeopardy of losing that.
So one project is CPA money and the other is ARPA funded?
Correct.
Okay.
The way this is written is there's two CPA projects that the town offices have managed, because Recreation hasn't filled the position in 3 years. And she's projecting that we'll be giving back $180,000 to ARPA funds for the playground project, unless it is not completed by the end of this year. So how, are you on track for that?
But CPA and ARPA are different.
This,
Yeah.
I'm reading right from
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, ARPA was for the playground.
playground, yeah.
Right, and the
The
ARPA
CPA
funds.
is the pavilion and the field project.
Yeah, those are the two CPA projects.
Yeah.
That were behind schedule.
But yes, I have talked to the same playground person for 2 years. He's been extremely helpful. We've gone through a lot of options. I've presented an actual playground, the costs, all that stuff, which I think I shared with you guys, but did I send that in the email?
I don't know, was there a separate email
was
sent?
gonna
I
say,
didn't see.
That
I don't
was,
think it was with the budget.
like 2 days or the day before I was supposed to be here last month. I had
Yeah,
sent
I
it. Did you
Oh,
get it?
there-
I think those were just the CPA projects that were in your message. I don't think the ARPA project was in your message.
The playground
but-
it should have been in there.
Maybe I just overlooked it or.
Yeah, I don't know. if
Yeah,
it
there was a diagram, there was the breakdown in my email of costs and
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
stuff. Peg had given me a deadline and wanted bullet points of everything, so that's what I presented to her. And I
Yeah.
thought I shared it with you guys, but I may not have.
I don't know if anything was put into the folder here.
I didn't print the images because I thought you had them, but I can resend them if you
No,
don't have them.
no, it's
Yeah,
not
I don't
written
think-
down.
So has a design been chosen?
Yes, the committee itself, we've picked the design.
Okay.
And the price is right now, but it's based on, discounts and that kind of stuff. So he was the gentleman that I was talking to because it's difficult because we can't just say, hey, let's use you. It has to go out to bid. So we made the description as descriptive as we could based on the equipment that we were hoping to have
Okay.
without saying, ulti-play playground, because we
Mhm.
can't. So, yes, that's been done. The price breakdown is there. It's just a matter of going out to bid as well. But I didn't write whatever it's called, the IFB. They have the pavilion one, but Kristen we hadn't got to that point with the playground part. But they have all the info, or she had all the info that she needed,
Okay.
to my understanding, unless there was something missing. But
Yeah, just looking for capital projects. I don't think they're in our Google Drive.
Yeah.
it would have been
From
from,
seeing-
it would have just been
Yeah.
from my personal email. So
Well,
I'm not
right.
sure.
Yeah, we would have put
Yeah.
it in here.
Okay.
So you're on track to finish that this year?
Yeah, as long as.
Are you waiting on the town offices to do that, or your departments doing it?
This new fella to help me do it.
Okay.
This new fellow, named Jeff Nutting, that guy right there.
Yes, we're gonna be best of friends, Jeff. I'm not sure if you're gonna like that at all, but hey, I'm a nice person, I promise.
I think the rec committee projects may be projects that give him the least amount of grief.
Oh, I hope so. Jeepers, I will try my hardest to help as best I can. I just can't do all the legalities of it.
Okay, any other questions?
I think I'm good, I'm just tracking down Alicia's, oh, I know where those attachments are.
Yeah, there were
there's
like
someone-
5 or 6 attachments I had.
There's somewheres in my email, I know that.
Yeah.
But I-
They're not in
I
my
think I had
email.
sent you
It's too big.
Bob's pavilion presentation that he gave to Kristen, and then,
Yeah, you did.
the only thing he was waiting on for that was a warranty, the warranty information in the actual document to go out to bid. But like he said to me, it's kind of based on which vendor we end up using. We can't, I mean, we can hope for a certain warranty, but I don't know if you can actually state it has to be this.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Anything
I
else
mean, if
set?
all of these go out at the same time, it might actually be beneficial, quite frankly. South Commons will be flipped upside down, but it will be amazing at the end, in the end.
So, yeah, there was a playground scope and thing attached to it. Casey Guilfoyle Memorial Play Area.
I mean,
Okay.
obviously, I would love to have the poured rubber through the whole playground, but that is the bulk of the cost. It is ridiculously expensive, and the
Really?
labor for it is crazy. But when I spoke with Tim Wheeler to confirm that the funding was still available, he said yes, and, come back to CPA for, anything else you may need for the playground. And I was like, okay, because now we haven't asked him for anything in 2 years, so.
Okay.
All right, I think we pretty much covered the
Yes.
budget. I mean, all the other stuff is, everybody understands, and we're not involved in the whole getting it done. So, but other than just being aware of it.
Uh-huh.
So any other questions?
I think I'm good.
I think we're all set. then.
Good,
Yeah,
all right,
good.
thank you.
Thanks, Felicia.
Thanks, Felicia.
You're welcome.
All right. Now we can
Thank you,
get,
Catherine, for letting us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Actually, sending the babysitter home, that's what you did.
Oh.
Nice to meet you, Jeff. Talk to you soon.
where'd the budget requests go? Back to there. All right.
145, right there. Yep.
Okay. Do you want to just walk us through it?
Sure. So it's the salaries with the 3% COLA and the 2% step. I don't think that my, pretty much the only ones that changed for my expense lines are the contracted services, which was Vadar, and a couple other small ones. The only thing I majorly changed was our meetings and other expenses for hotels, because we have 2 people now going to school, Sergio and myself, so I raised that. But other than that, I kept it pretty much the same.
And that's, the meetings?
Yep.
310?
Yep.
All right, and you're using Vadar and you're?
Yep, Vadar.
How many, you have?
We have
Something
2
like
users, but
2
I pay
users.
the overall bulk of it for all I pay the 3,000.
actual software
Yeah, the software
maintenance.
maintenance
Oh,
comes
okay.
from ours, yep.
Okay, the software.
And then
Okay,
everybody
that's how
else
it
just
gets split
pays.
among the budgets.
Yeah, then they just pay the users,
CPA.
yep, yep.
Okay, okay.
So,
'Cause you also
it's
have the-
466, I think, per user, something like that.
Yeah, that's what
But I pay the
Liz-
bulk of the
Yeah.
contract, yep,
Because you have the maintenance for the
Yeah.
tax collector.
Yeah.
Receivable.
yep. So that's that for that, right? Do we have to go with the other?
That is, I don't know if the supplemental is, it
Oh,
is.
yeah. Yes.
Supplemental is here,
Yes.
what is, and that is, what?
This was the help for the payroll.
We're looking for a
benefit
payroll
coordinator.
benefits coordinator because there's so much work in our office. The benefits alone, balancing, onboarding, is very time-consuming. Payroll itself, Sergio's doing the entry now, but he is constantly at the window, doing the payables, doing the payroll, receivables, he's doing real estate, ex-ties, and all that, so he's getting interrupted as he's doing payroll as well, so it's just not a good thing. We need
No.
someone strictly focused on payroll, if we could.
And that would be a contracted person versus a town employee?
No, that would be a town employee, part-time.
Okay.
Yep.
How many hours is part-time?
We did 19, right? I think we budgeted
think so.
19, so we
Okay.
wouldn't have benefits.
I don't know if it says in.
I think I did 19 times the 30.
Inside.
It's just the Vadar.
Catherine, did we look at contract services, the price, did we do a apples to
No.
oranges, try to figure out if the costs were?
I did not. I just know that how the other towns I came from, and
Yeah.
they all have a payroll or a clerk, you know?
A few
So-
years back, we actually looked in that to, I think, share with a person with the school. Originally, we had looked into that, and depends on if you could get it actually regionalized enough where it would work. But it, usually if you're putting like two towns together, neither of them, they didn't have the same type of benefits, so you'd have to
Right.
still make sure you're keeping it separated.
Oh,
But I think it's been a while since we've relooked at that. I don't know what the
Yeah.
situation is out there now for the.
I didn't even think of that, to be honest with you.
Well, it's gonna, I mean, each town or each school district is gonna have unique aspects around benefits and how they do
But even
payroll.
towns are different as far as
Well,
what their
that-
benefits
that's-
are too.
Yeah,
but-
that's what I'm thinking, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm speaking from, it's now dated, but corporate experience, where many companies were outsourcing that kind of function because it is hard to stay up to date, and there's a lot of
Law
detail to it.
changes as well.
Constant changes.
Yep.
Tax code.
And lots of
Yep.
detail, and you don't want to make mistakes in that area,
Nope.
because your employees are unhappy and the government's unhappy.
Exactly.
Other pieces of the government
Yep.
are unhappy, and so that's why I'd asked whether we had taken a look at it. I can certainly see the need
Okay.
to have focused attention to
Because
very
you also
important
need to have
functions.
somebody who is familiar with municipality,
Well,
also
exactly.
because it's different too.
Yeah.
And see, and
so.
I don't know if that kind of contract service even exists.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
it-
sure.
And
I
it
don't
would
know
be
anyone.
Yeah.
unique to Massachusetts, because a piece
Yeah.
of this is just gonna be Massachusetts focused, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taxes and
yeah.
So you
benefits.
mean like a payroll company that
Exactly, a payroll
specifically
company.
works in the municipal?
Well, we have a
Area.
payroll
Because I use
company.
Harper's Payroll.
Yeah.
That's who we use to input.
Do they
our-
do any administration of benefits?
No.
They don't, yeah.
No, and they won't
Nobody
even
wants
give
to
you.
touch it 'cause it's so
law,
Yeah.
yeah, legality reasons as well, they won't even
Sure,
give
sure.
you, answers to certain questions, but like, we can't tell you that. You have to know your own bylaws and your laws, you know?
So you've landed
So-
at this proposal in the supplement, which
Yes, yep,
addresses what's needed.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And if I remember correctly, I believe it was presented to the select board, and I think
Mhm.
they voted for it, I think, but it's been a little bit
They
since.
voted on all but 3 budgets.
Yeah, I think this was one of the supplements that's on the spreadsheet. I think, but,
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
Jeff,
remember
we're
that.
happy to have you at the table, I mean, you know.
Yes.
yeah, you can,
Oh, I didn't.
come on up.
Come on up if you wish, it's easier to
Make
see
me
the
feel more
screen.
comfortable.
Zoom to.
No, I'm, it's okay, right?
I was
Scott,
gonna
I'm just-
say, he's only been here for how long, so we can't, like, really question him. 'cause
2
We don't want
days.
him running off.
Yeah, and let me rephrase that too. Sergio's doing all the inputting, onboarding. I'm taking care of reconning all the benefits that were not done in years past either. So there's a lot of work to it.
Sorry, what is
The-
reconning?
So when you get your insurance bills, whether it be Aflac, Boston
Uh-huh.
Mutual, health insurance, dental, you have to make sure your employees, your deductions match what's on your bills. That's.
So reconning is short for something. See, I didn't grow up in
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Oh,
People say-
reconciliation, sorry.
People say things, and I'm like, is that an accent, or is that a word?
Yeah,
What is that
sorry.
I'm hearing? Does that mean reconciling? Is that-
Reconciling.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
I'm
So-
easy, just.
All right, so the.
Sheena knew what you meant. She's
So
all
the
over it.
select board voted on 225 regarding the supplemental the wages part-time here. I'm assuming that's the wages part-time, right?
Yep.
Under-
Yes.
What do we have, Scott? What is this?
The select board voted,
This
Um,
reflects the votes to date?
yeah, for the
Or
select
to
board.
the 25th? Yeah, okay.
Well, at least through, yeah, I mean, the 25th. I don't know if they did anything this week.
Yeah, they did the
They
rec.
didn't-
They did the rec, that's all.
Just right.
Did they have a meeting Monday?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought that meeting had been canceled, just us being there was canceled. Okay.
Yeah. They don't want to see you.
Who's he kidding?
They're canceling next Monday. And they're meeting on the 16th to go over the last 3 budgets they haven't taken a position on, which is Council on Aging, Building Commissioner, and schools. The schools haven't taken a final vote.
Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't show, that doesn't reflect the votes on the select board meeting for recreation. So that's off another subject here, so don't worry about that right now.
See, I think
They
the
did
the
vote.
date of the budget we're looking at, Scott, is the 25th, so they, select board
Yeah.
voted on the 2nd.
Well,
Correct.
it's the only one
But
that's
it
in
was
there.
only for that one.
One,
big budget.
right, it was what was presented earlier.
Yeah. okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only one that's in the drive here I have, so. Okay, so going back to the budgets,
Which
right.
one? Would you
Any
like to hit?
more, what do you want
Doesn't
next?
matter.
Tax title?
Tax title?
Sure.
What do you have? I was gonna say, what's in your order? 153.
So,
So you mentioned that nothing's been done in tax title, I saw in that supplemental since fiscal year '24.
yes, yep. So we're gonna have to put everything into tax title, and in fact, the lawyers just sent out letters for everyone that received demands initially, so that we could, it looked better coming from the lawyer to get the money faster. So we did that, and they'll be working with me to put everybody into tax title for '24 and '25 when the time comes. You only have a certain window frame for '24, we're gonna be running out FY '27. It's a 3-year period, so.
And what does that mean, if you miss that window?
Then we can't collect that, put a lien on that on those properties, so
So if somebody hasn't paid and then they miss that point, they basically get
they,
get a
if they sold their
free-
house,
free
we
ride.
couldn't recoup that money, yep. Because we're
Okay.
putting a lien on it, so if they do sell it, we get the money
And you
that's
can
owed
only
to us
go
in
back,
taxes.
a 3-year look back?
Yep,
And that's also if the people haven't come in to actually communicate with you to
Yes.
work out a payment plan or
Yep.
something like that.
yep.
Okay, so obviously it's a priority to get that type of stuff
Yeah.
done. And those, I mean, is it related to more of just people just not able to pay or any disputes on
I
assessments?
don't know unless.
I
they-
don't, yeah, unless
Yeah,
they
no.
come in. So we've had a few come in recently because the letter, though, it went out and they asked to be on a payment plan. Some paying half and then half in another month. Others
Okay.
will pay, what they can afford each month.
Okay.
Yep,
So that's a contracted service to get us caught up?
yes,
Okay.
yep,
And they still pay interest on the outstanding balance. so-
yes. Yep.
Have we seen an increase in the number of, at least number of properties over the last few years? Do you have like a?
See, I
They're
don't know
out-
what's,
I don't think so.
I don't
There's
think
only
it
been a
is.
few handful
yeah,
that don't come in usually and ask.
right,
We have very few that just totally ignore it. and-
yeah. They don't, yeah,
Okay.
Although they reduced the interest rate, so maybe people will.
Yeah.
yeah,
um,
Yeah.
So they used to get 14% and then 16, and they put it down
And
to
eight,
8, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Massachusetts-wide rate.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, so it was always good that people didn't pay their taxes because we were making 14% interest. But
It's a way to make a little.
But
extra.
it was set back in the 70s when interest rates were through the roof. So it should have never been that high once interest rates, it wasn't fair. So the legislature last year passed it.
I purchased a property here that had been in tax title for a long time, so I'm very familiar with that interest rate.
Yeah.
And you cannot negotiate it. It's-
That's correct.
It's very,
Right.
you know,
So-
for reasons, ethical reasons at the
Right.
state level, which I don't really argue with, but nonetheless. It's
Is
really
a-
unfair.
Is the percent, was that done just on real estate or also
Real estate.
excise tax?
No, real
No,
estate.
It's just
Real
applies
estate.
only to real estate?
Yes.
And they reduced to 8%. Did they do anything retroactive, or is it just?
No.
It happening
Moving forward.
Just when they
this
voted on
present
it.
fiscal year? It went into
They did it
effect, or
last
will-
year.
Last year.
I was gonna say.
So this will be the
Yeah.
first, we're in the present, first
Yep,
fiscal year of it being 8% instead of the 14.
correct.
And they also changed the law on when you take somebody's house, how
Yeah.
it worked,
Yeah,
which was the right thing to
it
do
was
as
the
well.
right thing to do, yeah.
So, used to take people's houses and they got nothing out of the deal.
Right,
It was terrible.
yeah.
Okay, so, and this is something that is still, gonna be lagging until you get the manpower to get on this.
Yep.
So Kevin, am I right to assume in the tax title expenses, this is the cost of making the proper recordals?
The
Yes.
Public
legal.
notices.
Right.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
legal,
The legal's
Yep.
part of it.
Yep.
because there's a special attorney that we use
Yeah.
that's
I
very
work with him.
knowledgeable in tax.
Yeah, he's
Title
always updating
properties.
things, yep,
Mhm.
that are already in tax title.
What's, any other
Where do you wanna
budgets?
go next?
Oh, the 900s, right?
Highway debt?
Are they on the?
Oh, you're
900,
way up there?
unemployment? There we
I
are.
would say
Unemployment?
unemployment
Sure.
probably.
913?
Because the
Yeah.
debt, they don't really
Oh,
have
okay.
it's just whatever the payment is.
Okay. Unemployment hasn't changed.
What is it?
9/11.
What just happened?
Knock on wood.
Knock on
Unemployment's
wood.
been pretty
Oh.
good this year,
Yes.
or for the last couple of years, actually.
We've had some cases, but I've,
I was gonna say, if you
Thought
go
them.
down just a little bit, because you're just asking for the same amount.
Yeah, just
This
asking
is
for the
all we've
same
been
amount.
paying out for unemployment
Yeah.
there for the last few years, so.
So in 25, $102.
yep,
24, just over 1,500, and 23 was over 30,000.
yeah.
And
You're just not
then
gonna-
0, then 1,600. So basically only 2 years of 2018 at 24,000 and 23 at 30,000. Otherwise, nothing exceeded $1,700 in a few years of 0. And we're at 0 this year so far.
Yep.
Nice job.
You get a lot of fraud ones too, you have to
Lot
look
of
up.
fraud, you have to
Yeah,
look
a lot
up.
of fraud,
Yeah, they got me twice.
yeah.
And your documentation has to be very good in order to win,
It
so
does.
nice job.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
To say more, Sheena, because I don't know this world.
Oh, yeah, so Massachusetts is employee friendly.
Oh, all right, so it's
When you
hard for the
file for
employer.
unemployment.
Hard
It's
for the
hard.
employer to,
Establish there's no entitlement
to establish
the money.
there's no entitlement to collecting
Yes.
unemployment.
Yes,
And typically, if someone
They all
appealed
lawyer-
it,
They
we
all
would,
lawyer up.
it would
Yeah.
consume a lot of time and probably still wouldn't win an
like
appeal.
I still try and fight, like you have say you have a firefighter who's
Yeah.
part-time and they work full-time somewhere else.
They still
They
collect.
have rights to get money from us. I'm like, no,
Even
no,
though
no,
they get
they're
laid off,
working
right.
for us.
If
Even
their
though-
employers
I have to
runs
prove my
out.
case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
So-
could be paying
Percentage-based.
unemployment for someone that works somewhere else.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
have to pay our share.
Yeah.
Just
Same
because
thing
they've
with that.
worked
It's
here.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I've had a few of those
And the
phone
per
calls this
diem
year.
people, like if you have an on-call or an over,
Right,
right, like
yeah,
they
you
get
do
on
it.
our employment and you have
Yep.
to fight that. But, and you have to say that they are full-time at this other place, they work per diem for me,
Yep.
they will still call a percentage to this employer.
So who the they, the employee or the other employer?
So you get
The
laid,
state
so
of
you,
Massachusetts.
so you get laid off from the Acme company, but you still work here?
Yeah.
So you're gonna collect unemployment, but we're gonna get part of that bill?
Yeah.
Even
Because
though.
Even though you're still working here?
Even
Yeah.
though
We
you
don't
still
pay
work.
insurance
We-
like
yeah,
most
pay as you
companies
go.
pay
So it's a combination
insurance.
of the state
Yeah.
and the.
So that's why we
employee
put this
Well, it's
away.
all state law.
It's all
All
state.
state.
Yeah.
And you can either fund it, but mostly everybody just self-funds it. Because
Self-funds
you
it,
don't know
exactly.
any, you know,
Right.
you had a
Right.
choice to pick a percentage of payroll, or, I don't know anybody that ever did that.
Right.
At least town-wise. right?
Yeah.
Everybody just pays as you go, because you don't know in any given year. Obviously, if you know, like in '08, when there's gonna be a recession and was gonna be lots of
Right,
layoffs.
then you'd pick
And you had to
some-
budget a lot more money, because you know jobs are gonna disappear.
And we
Right.
did have to do it a lot with the school, because when they would, in the summertime or things like that, they would
Yeah.
lay
Oh, yeah.
off, then we would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't renew the teacher's contract,
Yeah.
they could collect unemployment all summer, even though they got hired back, you know,
For
a month and a half later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
It can,
The whole
it
system
can add
is-
up very, very quickly. You could have this whole
the whole
side
system is
Yeah.
of an unemployment
unbelievable.
bill that you wouldn't even
Yeah.
Right.
expect.
Even your recreation, all your part-timers,
All of
everything
it.
like that, you're just your seasonal workers. You
Yep.
have to be very careful the way you code them.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when you say everybody, you're referring to pretty much government, everybody is.
Mostly
self-funded.
local government does
Local
it the same
government,
way.
Right, it's not the private
Not-
sector.
No, they have to pay
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
but they gave towns the option.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. What's the next budget? Do we have another one?
What would you like
The
to hit
Medic-
next?
Medicare,
Medicare?
that's an easy one.
I think we only
That's
went up
based
with
on the payroll.
the cost of
The
living
cost of the payroll.
increase. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep,
because that's not a choice thing.
no, you have to pay that out.
Yeah, it's percentage of payroll, so.
Yep, yep.
So I'm trying to think, we have new contracts coming up though, so it might, we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it
Yeah.
this coming year.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we're negotiating 2 contracts, so if they go
So-
up more than anticipated, the Medicare would be run
Yeah.
a little short. But it wouldn't be a great big number,
No.
so.
Do you want to do chapter 32B?
Sure.
Yeah,
that's right.
change the number.
Oh, yeah, no.
Easy.
So this is wrong.
Okay.
We actually got the figures. Originally, they told us to budget 20% because of the GLP-1 drugs. They thought it was gonna go through the roof. Came back at 14% and
Bless you.
settled on, they got rid of the GLP-1 drugs, and we're 5.22. So this number became 836,000 rather than 1,227,000, and that includes 3 additional enrollees if we have new employees coming in. And that
Right.
836,000.
330.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gone to from 800 to, what was it, 836?
Yeah, 330.
Yep,
right?
836, 330.
836, 330?
So what
Yep.
was the percentage that it ended up
5
going up?
point-
5.22.
22, which is
Which is-
astonishing.
It
It's
is
unheard of,
astonishing.
That's
Yeah.
like huge happy dance.
Huge.
And this includes, what was it, the
3
buffer
additional employees, family
And-
plan, we use the most.
So 3 additional family plan.
Yep.
is,
Because people
Yeah.
might switch,
Yep.
Yep.
you know,
And no
Yeah,
GL
you have to
1P.
have that.
What's that?
And no GL 1P.
No.
right, unless you can get a physician
Yeah.
To do the other
Like
diagnosis.
diabetes. and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that.
Diabetes.
But not just for weight loss.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see that across the board.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, the state
Stands.
GIC just voted that, and they insure tens of thousands of state employees and cities and
So-
towns that belong to it.
And I
So-
thought didn't they just do it as of the end of December
Yeah.
on most places?
Right.
And it's just, the only reason we have it another 6 months is because that's when our
Right, our
contract.
contract
Right,
runs out.
Fiscal
right,
year.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Otherwise,
Most
it would've
insurance
gone into
companies have
effect.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
eliminated
Kroger,
it.
See
Yep.
if they lower the price.
And that's the whole hope, is that everyone eliminates it and that the pharmaceutical companies will lower the price.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And then next year we can add it back in.
Maybe 2 years.
You gotta get the big farmer.
People-
Yeah, we're working on the big farm.
You gotta get them moving somehow. That's a good way to do it.
So basically, I mean, that reduced our overall, sure, the
It
budget
did.
has been not reflected in that, so it drops the budget by 391,550.
Yep.
Well, the budget still went up, though.
Well, the budget goes up, I mean, what we were
The
at our
preliminary,
deficit.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Preliminary deficit dropped right there by 390,000.
So Catherine, if we're looking at the column on the far right where it says 427,000, what's that number now?
That was gonna be the difference.
So
Oh,
that
Yeah,
would
that's the
did it go
difference.
up
What is
too?
the?
So that would be
Well,
36.
the 36,
36,000.
36,000.
Yeah, get-
330.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty easy math on that. So you bring it down here, so the,
Big difference.
so the budget here, unfortunately, okay, it was updated here, at least on 225. So she does, well, no, that's not the right number, chapter 32B.
She
health
doesn't
and
have the
dental.
right number.
Right.
Yeah, she has the right
She
percentage of
eliminated
change
the
in
dental
there.
when she did this across, Kristen.
mistake.
And I picked it up tonight.
Yeah, it was a
It was an
mistake,
Excel
just an
spreadsheet issue.
oversight.
Yeah, just
It was 2
oversight, yeah.
lines.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And one of them
Yeah.
was
Yep.
missing, so.
Okay. Was somebody gonna drop a corrected budget in this?
Yeah.
In this drive, so that we
Correct.
stay up with the.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
this isn't mine, so yeah.
Yeah, because if it's a little higher, it'll have to
Yeah.
go back to the select board.
All right, next, good news.
It was very
Now,
good news, it's really.
So what else do we-
All right, next.
I actually think that's
That's it?
it, I think.
I think that's it.
You want to do mine?
Yeah.
So I didn't bring my folder.
All right, any other questions for the assessor?
Treasurer.
Treasurer.
That's okay.
collector. All right.
It's late.
It's
It's
late.
late.
Oh, so I don't do highway net, I was doing
You
that.
can touch on it if
You
you
can
want
do
to
it.
with the highway, with the debt.
Yeah, you can do it.
The debt and interest
Is what it
Yeah.
is.
is
It is
pretty
what
much
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah,
It's
I
just the
mean-
repayment for the highway.
Yep,
bond.
yep.
Dropped to 5,700.
Mhm.
The 20-year note?
30 year.
30-year,
Yeah,
okay.
30 year, right?
So you probably got a
Yeah,
good
I think
interest rate,
so.
right? 2018?
I
Probably
think
like
so.
2 and
I don't
3%?
know even know what it is.
2019 was? I don't know when you went to market, but.
Yeah, I'm not
Let me
sure,
see,
but
I
it
have it
it
right
was
here.
I thought it was a good rate, I think, when we
I don't
started.
know, you guys
Dennis
did
was
it.
happy with it.
Yes, he was very happy with it. Mhm.
So he was
Doesn't
happy with a
Does
30-year
it say
though?
up on the top?
Well,
Way
He
up
was
on the
never
top.
happy with it going to a 30-year.
30 year,
Up on the top, way top.
top rate. I don't see the rate.
Oh, it doesn't
here.
matter, I was
Yeah,
just
it
curious.
was
See the rate?
lower.
It's gotta be lower.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Okay,
All right,
all right, thank you.
thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
thanks, Catherine.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Now we're all warmed up to really.
June
Oh,
June has to
June.
move to the hot
It's a
I don't
quick-
have to,
yes,
nothing
It's a
really
quick change.
changes in mine.
Looks like a lot of papers.
Oh, this is the whole budget. I do
Oh.
paper, not,
Plastic.
yeah, I do better with paper than I do on
You
files.
see errors more easily, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I have. a
So
hard
much
time
easier to
seeing errors on
find.
the screen.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I still have
I'm
to
just
print
used to it.
everything out.
Yeah, it's,
I tried not doing it.
I have a hard time reading, because I mean, I
Yeah.
always read this way, so I have a hard time reading when it's up here.
yeah, you're,
Okay, so pretty much all I did was for the salaries and the wages. For the salary, I did a 3% COLA as well as the 2% to be equivalent to a step. And I did the full-time wages that we have. I had originally asked for, again, would be the 3% COLA as well as a step for my employee. I did notice that Kristen has removed the overtime amount, so if you go down to the sideways one more. Here, the $800, I believe it's been removed from her proposed budget.
Can I ask a question
Mhm.
on the wages?
Yep.
The number I see is 105 and 56 for 161, 300 and something, and that says 162. So I don't know if I have it right.
Total,
Am I-
so it was the 105
Yeah.
and then the 56.
Oh, I don't have 800, I have the different number here.
No, that's the lower amount. Kristen had proposed
Oh.
taking out the overtime.
Oh, okay, so.
So that's why the one that you have there
Okay,
is lower.
okay,
That's what that's for.
Okay,
Yep.
I get it. And you're asking to keep it in, or not?
That was I didn't know about it until I saw it, so.
Oh.
I mean, we'd have to make do without it, so.
Yeah, she has it just at
Okay.
5669, which
Yeah.
is the 800.
Right, okay.
Okay.
And we went up a little bit as far as the maintenance on the Vadar software as well. It didn't go up too much, it only went up $177. The clouds did go up a little bit by 45. Cut back on postage, just because we don't really need to use as much as we used to. Let's see, the QuickBooks software is the online service, didn't go up. And office supplies, we tried to cut back on some of the items that we get. Right now, knock on wood, we're gonna be able to get rid of some old files, so that way there, we won't need to get another filing cabinet. And 1099, the price of 1099 filing electronically has gone up a little bit. And the costs of school in Amherst, now I guess they're gonna be charging us for parking as well as going up on other costs.
So was it the Vadar Cloud is, the increase is 934, or how is this reflected here?
The
What does
cloud
this-
actually went up $45.
It went up
for the two,
45
'cause we have two-
times the 9
Yeah,
users.
we have 2 clouds in ours.
Now the cloud, that's different than the general
The
Vadar
general
subscription?
maintenance is totally separate, yep.
Okay. So that was a separate maintenance, the users one, that was like at
They
$400 some
charge you for
dollars?
every user.
Yeah.
Right,
So we have the accounting software package, which is what we get charged for. Kathy has the tax collector / treasurer, which most of it's in here. So
Okay.
that's what her maintenance would cover.
They're very typical custom software for certain functions.
The different
You have the-
modules.
You have the baseline, and then you have the
Yeah.
number of seats, and it's licensed by number of seats.
Yeah.
Right.
and this covers over many departments, and the
Nope,
non-users?
this is just ours. This is for 2 cloud users in our office, myself and Amy.
Oh. This is 9 users?
On the bill?
Oh, this is the bill, oh,
full bill
okay.
for the year.
This is full for
Where
everything,
we just
okay.
take care of the accounting,
All right, okay, now,
and Kathy gets the discount. We don't get the discount. Kathy
Okay.
takes the discount.
all right, now I understand.
Sorry. I was looking at this one. Apologize.
Okay. Anything else on that? What do you have here at the bottom,
5-year outlook.
5-year outlook.
Just some quick thoughts as far as to make it so that right now, currently, Amy is the assistant to the accountant versus being an assistant accountant. So hopefully, with any luck, over the next few years, we can get her enough education. But the title, I guess, is what she needs now to get enough points to actually become certified as an accountant. But we were waiting to see what the new class and comp showed to see what the salary would be, so. And also if it's a possibility, not sure yet, but to see what it would be if we could maybe make a private area in the office, just because sometimes it's hard to get things done if you have too many people in and out of the office, so. Just a thought.
Maybe like a wall.
Yeah, or something just
I
to,
agree.
for a little bit of privacy
An
to
echo
deal
chamber.
with some stuff. Yeah.
With the
We have a
big- with the big
closet.
room.
We do have
Yeah.
a closet in there.
You go in the closet even bad, what happens?
We joke about it becoming the scream closet, yeah. But, yeah, it's a little too small, but,
Well, we used to do all our meetings in that room, and
yeah,
it is a bit of a bowling alley.
it is,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but most of it's filing cabinets.
Yeah, more like a squash court.
Squash court.
What do we have, audit?
Pickleball these days.
Audit next?
Yep, the audit, we did ask for an estimate on the quote. We actually, this year, he did drop it back down, just because he had originally given us a email quote on it, on what we were basing this year's on, which,
Well, yeah, he
There's-
gave us the 3 years, and this is the last
Yeah.
of those 3 years.
yeah, so this here is an increase for the next.
Who's your friend?
Uh,
Local somebody?
Rizzoli,
Oh, Zolian.
and Clark and,
Yeah,
yeah.
didn't they sell out?
Not yet,
Everybody else has.
not yet. They're one of the few that
Yeah,
are
okay.
still,
I've used them. Okay.
yeah.
Does this relate to that checking to make sure we were okay in Treasury? Does this?
Well,
old
you need
problem?
No, every
This is
year
just
we
an
have to
annual
have an
thing.
audit.
Yeah,
Now
every-
that we
yeah,
have a
right.
borrowing, it's more important to do, and really to
Right.
keep that, just to make sure that, if I mess up, it'd be nice to know
No.
right away versus, 3 years from
Every
now.
organization that handles money collectively needs an audit.
Right.
Yeah, I get
Yep.
it.
And
I
you-
just didn't know if this was residual from a problem. Remember we
No,
we
no.
had trouble?
No, this
So
is
that's all
just,
done,
we're still working out a few little bugs, but yes, it's all
basically
done.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And you kind of rotate around the departments that are focused still?
They do a check and balance on things, like a lot of the bills, they'll just, whatever they pick is what we pull out and we prove it, what it is, and we've got the backup for it. And they will do pick and choose different aspects of different other departments, whether it
Okay.
be, with the assessors and the abatements or,
Kind of move it around to,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Yeah, we don't really know what they're gonna pick up on other than. the
which is a
general.
good way to do it, right?
Right,
So
right.
nobody
Yep.
knows.
Yep, yep.
Exactly.
Knows whether they should be
Can't hide
scrambling to.
anything.
That's
Before
right.
they get
You
here.
never know where they're gonna hit.
Okay.
Like I said, I'd rather know I'm doing something wrong than wait too long to find out I was doing something wrong, so.
Yeah, of course.
Yep,
Well, just go on social media, somebody will tell you. you're doing
I'm
something wrong.
sure, I'm sure.
Or they'll tell you how to do it correctly.
That's correct.
Either or.
Exactly.
All right, and this,
All right.
all right, any other things we should cover?
The only other things, if you had any questions on, is items such as the sick pay account that we have set up, and I pretty much did it just based on 5% increase. That account is usually used for, the only departments now that have a buyback is the police contract, as well as, I think there's still one person on the highway department that would, and I don't know what that's gonna be like if they go union. So that one there, we have to keep it, pretty much where it is, and what that account does is not only for the buyback, but also, if somebody is out sick, the person gets paid out of their regular line item in the department. This would be for their coverage. So if one of the employees that is covered by sick pay, if they're gonna go out for any long-term things, this would be where it would be hit if we were to pay to have somebody cover.
Okay.
So this is kind of the money going to a substitute employee while it's-
Correct.
while
Yes.
they're-
Yeah, right.
Yes, so if a
Sickness leave.
If
police
somebody-
officer is out sick
Yeah.
and we have to pay for coverage, that coverage would come out of here.
And when you say buyback, that's when somebody leaves.
Retires.
At the end
Leaves
of
or
the year, in our
retires.
contract
Oh,
for the police,
for the
they
police.
actually get a
That's an
buyout. If
annual.
they haven't
Okay.
used their sick pay, they get a check at the end of the
So
year.
annually.
Versus carrying it over.
Yes, they have a choice, I think, but
Okay.
they have a choice too. Most of them take the buyout.
And next, the potential is right here,
Yep.
listed of what that buyout would be. All right.
I'm trying to think if there's any other things. The electricity, I think we touched base
Mhm.
on that already.
Yeah, how are we doing on snow?
Snow, the last that I saw was 23,000 that we're short as of right now, that will have to
Didn't count
be.
yesterday.
Exactly, yeah.
Well,
we
hopefully
haven't
there's
gotten
not a lot
anything
more
for that.
weather coming to us, because there's no more salt to be had.
Well, there might be a lot in the barn. I was down there today.
I was gonna
but,
say, I
You know,
think-
because we buy tons and tons
Yeah.
of salt
Yeah.
from a vendor.
Hopefully he's stocked
But you can't go to a
enough.
hardware store.
Well, I
Yeah.
even know where one of my sons works. They
Yeah.
don't have a
Running
flake
low.
left.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
none.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
Fuel oil, we did that. I don't know if we touched base on that at all. We just did it based on what the average, guesstimated rate's gonna be.
Is that before the war?
Kinda.
Oil
Yeah.
futures went up 5% yesterday. So,
They bounced up, didn't they bounce, didn't they fall a little bit?
Yeah, I know
Back
that,
down a
but,
bit?
yeah.
It's like, was that a real problem? I don't know.
We actually kept it level, based on what the rates are and what we've been using. So we're hoping to be able to sneak by. Again, we're not sure exactly, with the new renovations being done, how that's gonna affect things either. Yeah,
More space
I
to
don't
heat.
know.
More space to heat.
I was gonna say, I don't know how much of it is electric or how much is possibly for the fuel oil, so,
Well, they have a chance to improve the insulation in that part of the building.
exactly,
Yeah,
so,
right.
So who knows?
maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe.
maybe.
So you level funded that?
So it's level funded as of right now based on the 17,000 gallons that we have at $4. So if we do it that, it's about 68, but.
It's also weather dependent too,
It does,
so.
yep. Trying to think if there was any others that,
And the electricity again was, so that was.
electricity again is gonna be a guess this year.
you're
We've
showing
got
up
the
10,000.
solar in at the highway barn. This is our first run-through, right, full year, I think, with that, as far as the credits go. We've also increased the payments that we're making because of, we didn't get fully funded for the upgrades that we did for the Green Community Grant that wasn't covered. That's been added about 500 and some change a month, so that's gonna play into that. But again, we don't know what's gonna happen with the upstairs either here. So we went up a little bit on it just because we ran short this year. And we had cut the budget back last year, or this year in '26.
Yep.
So, we went back to the requesting the 80 that we had been asking, since '22. And it had been coming down, but it's been slowly increasing again to, last year, we spent 76,000, so. Again, it all depends on what the weather's like too.
So this is, okay, oh, this is just through November 14th.
That's
The
the expenses
electricity
through it,
was,
yeah. 30.
so you were almost, well, just about the halfway point. and
Yeah.
With another month and a half to get to the
Yeah.
halfway point, okay.
And hopefully we won't have to ask you anymore going forward, so, this year. And I think that was it. I do believe. That's it.
Thank you, June.
Okay, thank you.
You're very well.
Always, you have
Yep.
numbers.
I have some
And
numbers.
they usually balance. Typically they balance. Typically they balance.
So, next, we've got things with the budget. We don't have the latest budget here. Right?
For who?
The
This is-
the
yeah, this
spreadsheet.
is
We're-
This is February 25th.
We've got, we're a month, or a week off. We got 225, unless there's someplace else the
I think that
budget is.
225 was the last one that was updated, that had all the select board votes on it.
Yeah,
Except
yeah,
for.
Recreation.
Monday night.
Yep,
And also.
and that
the,
was only recreation, right,
Right.
that they voted on?
Correct.
You see all the ones that are in yellow, if you go over to the line item on the expenditure tab.
Was that where you
Right
want me to
here on
go?
the bottom.
Yeah,
Go
the
down.
expenditure, oh, the tab,
Yep,
Mhm.
the worksheet.
and I believe that it's highlighted in yellow.
Right, there was, right.
So, expenditures.
Building
That's the one,
inspector.
yeah.
Oh, building inspector, that
Right,
was the other one, yeah.
Building, school, and
Yep.
COA.
Yep.
Rec was already voted on, and they voted the 32,000, 946 and the 10,4, so that's gonna get
That will have to
updated.
be
That'll
added
be
back.
moved, yeah,
Yep.
right.
Okay,
And it's all school stuff.
And I believe she actually updated, I think those are the new numbers that you had received, I think, when they were here.
Well, they're supposed to vote on the 18th, I think.
Yeah, but they had
Right.
changed it because the presentation that they
Right.
brought in last week to the,
Right.
it was a little
Here's
bit
the-
lower than what the original
Yeah.
was.
Is that what you're looking for?
So-
No,
but not the
not
estimate,
asset.
was the,
Right.
well, we need that one, but the,
Did you have one of these?
here.
Yeah, yeah.
You have one of those?
Yeah.
This one?
Oh, that's- The next one. looking for the wrong.
Yeah.
So, I don't think the February 25th budget is updated for the Assabet number. Uh,
It is 29.
It is updated.
It's a colored one.
842, 303 is the current number.
Page 13.
Oh, we'll have to figure it out for next week.
What are you looking for?
The amount that was on the assessment that when they presented it,
Well,
she
the-
said it didn't look like it was updated, but
So the
No,
assessment,
the
BMS,
assessment is updated, yes, it is.
total
updated.
operating is 9,1, so let's see what the, what she had on here.
Is this what you're looking for, Jim?
that's what I was looking for.
842.
That's the assess,
842,303.
it's the
So
assessment letter.
The
Yeah.
February 25th budget is current on Assabet. It's
Yep.
got that number in it.
Yeah, that's these two numbers.
Which
Yeah.
number
Yep.
here?
Yeah, that would make sense, 842.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
approximately 175,000 higher than the
Oh, the
January
Assabet,
estimate.
the Assabet number.
So the
Okay,
Assabet
sorry.
one
The
is, what about, is
Okay.
that the newest one for the
That's the
school?
newest, yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I was,
Reflected in that assessment letter I just
Okay.
flashed at you.
You
Yeah.
did, yep.
so here, this is not reflected, the Berlin Boylston is not, so the Berlin Memorial assessment is supposed to be slightly lower, 4988, so that's 63,000 lower. And actually, well,
Yeah.
yeah, they made this extra difficult here, because then we've got the total operating, so you have to do the
I
subtract.
mean, we'll just get the official budget in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So,
From Boylston.
yeah. So Scott, I think the Berlin number, you looking at the slides?
Yes.
If
Well, I
you
can
look-
see the total Berlin number, but
Yeah,
we've
there's-
always broken it out
There's a
here.
Berlin number with and without debt in it. So further back is the,
Well, what slide is for that?
I'm looking at my notes trying to figure out which slide it is. But actually, I'll look at my working copy because take a look at slide 48.
Forty.
48. Because there's two Berlin numbers in the slide, and 48 seems to be the rolled up number.
Okay.
So slide 29 has one, but 48 lists the,
Operating.
Right, so this one.
yeah.
This is everything combined together. Is this the debt capital, yeah, debt/capital assessment?
Yep.
So it has it at, this one shows 10,194,610, it should be 9,965,76. Is that?
Yeah, that would be the number, and then if you look at slide 29, it's total operating, but then when you look at the single line for BDRSD in the budget, it would reflect the number on slide 48, I think, Scott. It's a little hard to track.
Yes. everything has become more difficult.
There's no debt on the school? Was that-
There is, on the
There
very
is.
bottom line at Tonto.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see it, yep.
Looks like two different bonds.
Okay.
All right. So what do we want to do with the budget then tonight? I mean, we don't really have great things set up here.
The big question mark, as always, is the school district. I know that the school committee met last night. Scott, you know this, the others don't know this, but I had a message from the superintendent, the interim superintendent, after our Wednesday meeting last week, when Aaron Osborne, the finance director for the district, was here.
Yeah.
And I was pushing on him for a number of things and
Mm.
explaining that we had, if you take the bird's eye view, we've been really pushing hard, starting the town operating budget in order to meet what the ask is from the
Mm.
school district. And it's been unusually high as a percent year on year, and also as a the total pot that we put together. So year on year, we were running, I compiled it,
Yeah.
percent increases in the school budgets that were
Yeah.
3%, 5%, those kinds of numbers. And then the last 3 years, we've been pushing at 10% and more year on year.
More kids or just,
No, pretty much,
We just need
just a
more.
very small increase in the school population.
yeah, more staff.
So we,
Special ed.
well, even, we're not right,
No.
even the special ed isn't that bad right now, but we had dysfunction in the finance office.
Yeah.
So you've heard that story, and I think the current team is working really hard to figure out what went on 3 years ago, how that impacts things. I was looking at excess and deficiency reports, and one of the reasons I was giving Aaron Osborne some grief is that, they're up. And, so anyway, and I was complaining about the basis on which they assessed Berlin, saying that basis includes some money that shouldn't be in the basis from 3 years ago. We did a one-time free cash bailout on special education students who never materialized. So that number is $382,715, I remember it.
Right.
So unfortunately, school committee put that sum into the basis of our operating assessment the next year,
Oh.
and never actually told us neither the district nor the school committee told us what they had done with that money. So I was pushing Aaron on that. Now, he's come in and he's fixed a lot of problems, in fairness to him. Anyway, whoever was watching that night, or Aaron, somebody pinged the interim superintendent, and he pinged me. I got a text from him that night after I got home. So I sat with him Monday of this week to talk about it, which is what I want to report back to you all. And it was a really good conversation on many levels, and Aaron Osborne joined us for the later part of the conversation. But we had started last Wednesday, Scott had initiated the comment that, can we look at reconfiguring what the district is asking us for, so that they can take some accumulated cash towards their operating budget, but allow Berlin instead to use our free cash, because we have 2.8. Use some of our free cash to offset that, so the overall assessment number may not change that much.
Right.
But our operating assessment, can we bring it down? And I specifically said 200,000, 300,000, something, because we just got the news last Wednesday on the Assabet, 175 additional that we weren't planning on.
Right.
So where are we gonna get it? And what I said to them is, we've been starving the town operations 3 years running, we can't do that. Of course, now Aaron's pushback, which is reasonable, is you can't, when you fund the school operation, you can't use your school choice fund and your circuit breaker fund and your capital fund and your money in the excess general fund
E&D,
accounts.
right.
Because you're gonna come to a cliff, you're not gonna be able to, and I said, well, okay, the town has come to that cliff, guys, we need to get, this year in particular, let us get a little reset here where the ratio of the two is shifted a bit. I don't know where that's gonna go, they of course needed to take it to the school committee, I don't know where,
Okay.
you know, I don't know where the whole thing is, but I tried to, give a little more definition to what was going on last Wednesday night. It was quite late, it was like 11 o'clock, and I think I was getting bad-mannered.
Okay.
Heidi, would you like to comment on that?
No comment.
I don't think bad-mannered. I kind of get the feeling sometimes like they would like us to just all forget that ever happened.
Well, first of all, Aaron has no history
Right.
with it, so he's gonna be totally,
Right.
ignorant of that. There's no way he's gonna, deal, and if anything, he's cleaning up the messes that were, left behind. So, appreciate what he's been able to do
Oh,
to this,
absolutely.
point.
So, yeah, and Scott, we all do. I'm not sure that Al Ganem ever got that full story about the thing, and I said it's wrong that it hasn't been righted. And I think what set people's hair on fire last Wednesday is I called it a lie, because the understanding was this was a bridge to get us out of an emergency situation, and we had the consent, we had the understanding, that understanding was violated. So it remains a thorn in my side. And you were in the room, Scott, I wasn't even in the room, but it's problematic, and then the year-on-year increases, the continuing ones are problematic, and then when I look at excess and deficiency, even though a chunk of that,
Are they up to 5%, are they up to their limit? or-
no,
Okay.
they're not up to the place where they have to give any money back.
Right, okay.
But the point is, you know, you're not fundamentally changing your operations that much, and yes, the schools have a lot of their capital projects, they've just had to roll over because, you know, but this is a year when both the school and the town have some capital to put to some of those projects. And, you know, my ask was, can we get our operating number, can we switch that ratio?
We'll
To
see.
help the town out, and we'll see what they do with it, I don't know.
Good for you.
Well, there are, I mean, there's a few different
Scott's
ways that
idea
they,
to-
there's a few different ways they can go to approach it. I mean, because what it came down to is in this section here, if you want to see for your own reference, it's slides 37 and 40.
Yeah.
Where basically items that we have funded in the past out of, typically out of capital.
Right.
And they are proposing to take these things kind of off the table, but use their one section of it using their E&D and the other one using their school choice revenues.
Okay.
So, the one is going, well, if these, and we'll have to see what goes, forward on it, but one thing you can do is look at it and say, well, I think the discussion at that time was, could you just put those into capital as you always have done, and we do have the free cash sufficient to fund it, we can fund that off of free capital, and then use the money you are intending to
For the
use
operating,
for this,
right, right.
to
Apply to
offset your
yeah.
operating
Right,
for
right,
this.
yeah.
Another alternative you have is you could just look and go, you guys want to do this, if you as long as you move forward doing these things and not change your mind afterwards,
And put 'em on
that
next
we
year.
could just look and take the free cash, and we haven't done this in a number of years. I mean, in the early days, we would do this periodically of course, we probably have to open the warrant to put an item on the item, which would basically, where we could take some free cash to use to offset the tax rate.
Mm.
So we could just, in the absence of doing it, we could just say that
Mhm.
this is what we will be taking from free cash. We could just have a separate vote that would allow us to take some free cash, offset the tax rate. I mean, there's different ways.
I wasn't aware this could be done, you've done it, is it, yeah, I wasn't
Yeah,
aware.
but it would need to be a separate article,
Right.
and I don't think it'd be a difficult thing in the select board to reopen and add something like that.
You could, the only thing I want to be careful with is even if you're asking the school to use some of their extra funds that aren't a normal thing, is if that's going towards the operating budget they're gonna hit that same thing that we did when we gave them free cash that one year.
Right.
And if it
The next
becomes
year,
part
right,
of their
right.
curriculum or their budget, now it's needed.
Right.
So then it would become a,
Well, yes.
do they cut something, or?
Well, yes, I mean, it still comes down to, I mean, they're using it to
That's the only-
offset
I
this from
understand.
capital. I mean, it doesn't matter how you, I mean, otherwise, I mean, they're proposing, I don't know what they'll end up
Mhm.
deciding to do, but this was their proposal last week, was using that money,
Right.
no, that's, as he described it, their savings to offset this. And, you know, what we're looking at here, I mean, obviously, we got a big boost now with the health insurance being significantly reduced. Of course, last week, we were looking at, we had just, learned just 1 or 2 days beforehand that the estimate number wasn't gonna go down 200,000, it was only gonna go down like $7,000
Yep.
from the previous year.
Based on student enrollment?
Well, it
No,
was,
minimum
there's
local
two
contribution.
things.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all minimum local contribution, so
Cor-
Berlin is now wealthy.
Well, it was looking good because there was a reduction in enrollment of 6 students.
Okay.
That was, I think, like a 13% reduction
Okay.
overall for Berlin. And their original numbers from the minimum level contribution, or basically the wealth numbers.
Changed.
That were used, old wealth numbers that used the MLC turns into, where Marlboro got a big benefit from it. You can see the other 6 towns in the
Paying the-
district.
yeah.
Everybody went up. I mean, luckily ours only went up, well, not quite to the same assessment level, but when we were, all of a sudden we had a $190,000 hole that we weren't expecting, or $190,000 more to
Right.
have to raise or.
Yep, okay.
And the big thing is, I mean, we're quickly losing our
Excess
our excess
levy
capacity,
capacity,
right?
yeah.
Which, all that basically means is it just gives the people ability to, raise their own taxes as much as they want just at town meeting. That quickly is going to go away at the rate they're going, because we've already cut that in half
Yeah, I
from
saw
what we
that.
were just 3 years ago. And this year, I mean, if the numbers keep looking at what we're doing here, if people,
Yep.
if we do things on the town side,
You're gonna run
which
out
is
of
almost
money in a
becomes
year.
like a spending, right now, it almost looks like, well, if you're gonna spend on the skills, we'll spend it on the town, we'll just get to that point faster and deal with it then. Which is part that I'm a little bit concerned of where we're heading, because it seems like that's where, a little bit of because the select board was very, adamant about trying to keep the rate low last year. And now it seems like that switched around and they're a little bit more of kind of like, well, schools are gonna spend it, we better spend some on the town too. And, we are looking at, well, right now, I can't even go with the numbers here.
No,
because
it's,
things
yeah,
are
I think
so,
it's really, I want to hand this to June, just to take a look at. This is the E&D,
Oh,
and I want to, just to see the change with respect to your point you just raised about the schools and the issues. So we're in a different plateau, and the number coming in for this year is, the fiscal '26 number is, I'm working from memory, 2.1 million?
yeah, 1.2 on
No,
this.
for this year, that fiscal '25. Fiscal
Oh.
'26, 2.1 million, of which,
Is that they were projecting?
that's what they're projecting, and it's been certified that it's not,
Okay.
Mm.
Aaron didn't give us that number last week. I asked several times because it hadn't been reported to the school committee and so on. There's a
So-
process going through. So you see, Jeff, why I say,
But is that the
I'm-
year that we gave them the extra money?
well, you see the small jump to 500 and then,
And it goes
and then the
to
one,
700
I think the one might be the year where the money hit.
Because they were also running into financial issues that they were paying off older bills, so I don't know if that had an effect maybe in the timing of that, But
This-
yeah, 'cause
the
looking at
trend I
that-
see here, and then now he said, a chunk of this is in the capital account within the school, and he wrote the numbers down, but I didn't write them down. So I think what's actually available is more like 1.2, and then plus the,
Thank you.
1.2 plus the committed capital.
Oh, this is yours.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Plus the
Nope, no
committed
worries.
capital. So, June, to your point about continuing to feed the operating budget year on year on year on year, I'm a little less concerned about it when I look at the excess numbers, even though they're not near the 5% where you give back to the towns.
Yeah.
I think they're not in trouble at all financially right now on the operating side. I don't think it's problematic.
This is their E and D number.
This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can see where it came from. The current year is not on there yet. It's been certified, but it's not kind of public yet, so you can't.
Right.
So
well,
the
we-
fiscal '26 number
Yeah.
is 2 point
Yeah.
Well, the fiscal,
something, one.
Really?
well.
Yeah, 2.1 million, yeah.
But how
That's what I
would-
said, we all have capital right now.
Wow.
I'm not sure exactly when these dates have come from.
So it's June 30th.
Because we're still in fiscal year '26.
Yes.
Right.
So,
So that
That would have been
a-
June 30th of 25.
So they would have gotten that this year.
Right, yeah.
I would assume this is E and D at the end of the fiscal year '25. but I don't
Exactly.
know.
Correct.
Exactly.
So, right now, they're trending towards that
Well,
type of
wait,
number?
wait a
No,
minute,
wait,
maybe I'm
no,
wrong
that's
about, what does it
1 year
say?
behind.
What
It's
does
at
that
by
column say?
25, so that would have been June 30th.
All it says is 20, the year. So
Just
I
says
don't
year.
know, I mean, I could assume that's the fiscal year. I guess that would require some, question.
Well, you're
of this.
supposed to have that E and D in by September. So the year ends the end of June, and the schools, I think, are supposed to have this accounting done in the
Well,
early
yeah, I
fall.
would think you would have you would know what your E and D would be at the end of the
It's like
fiscal
free
year, which
cash.
would
Yeah,
have been
it's the
FY
same thing.
'25.
It's the same thing.
It's free
Right,
cash,
they-
so.
It would have been, after they finished off their bills from June of last year, everything that needed to be paid
Yeah.
in July, August, as they finish it off, it would
So
make sense.
Scott, I think that 2025 number has to be fiscal year '24, because we just completed.
If it was certified in '25, it would have been based on '24's numbers.
Okay.
Everything's a year.
So the
Yeah.
2.1 would be fiscal '25 certified.
Yeah, I wouldn't
No.
speculate, I think we need to ask the
Yeah,
question.
I would
Oh,
have to
this is
look
from
at it, but,
PLS.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For questions or, I would expect most things to be based on, after because they would have audited and gotten that final number based on through June 30th of that previous year, which would have been, or that,
yeah, it's it's the end of the first quarter after you finish the fiscal year is when you do this E and D reporting in.
right, and it would make sense that this would be for what it is at the end, once all the books are closed on fiscal year '25.
That 1
That you
million
would
number there,
have-
Scott's gotta be the roll-up for fiscal '24, it's gotta be. And that's reported in '25.
Well, I guess
So-
that's the question you can ask Aaron, because he could try to clarify
Well,
for us
yeah, just so you can
what that
see
means
what
for
I'm
the
talking
years, otherwise we're just speculating what.
We are, but the thing, when I look at that, I look at the run of, 5, 6 years there, was pretty consistent, 200, 300,000 excess, and then it jumps to 500, and then it jumps to $1 million.
Almost
And now
1.3.
we're looking at jump to 2 million, so that's why I'm a little less concerned about the
Do they have a
school
plan for
operating.
that money?
Huh?
Do they have a plan for that money?
Well, a chunk of it,
Well, that's where a chunk of it was at 37. That
Yeah,
was,
right, but that's just this year. I don't know if they were
416,000.
thinking long-term.
Yeah, I don't know if
What-
they have like a procedure like we do, how a certain percentage goes towards this and rolls over and all that kind
The
of stuff.
one thing Aaron explained to me Monday is that a portion of it was in capital project.
Hmm.
It already
Mhm.
been sort of designated for that, and that portion was, I
Yep.
want to say, around 800,000. So leaving maybe 1.2 million,
Okay.
something like that, that is truly excess funds, cash, at year end. I mean, you can go online to
Yeah,
DLS
DLS,
yeah.
and pull this kind of stuff out, which I do from time to time. The problem is, there's always a lag between the reporting at the state level and what's going on at the ground, and so it can be hard to put together the numbers about where we sit. But one of the, and just so everybody knows too, we left the conversation Monday, Al Gannon was a little concerned, and wanted to make sure, Scott, that you were aware of it, and I said, yes, I let Scott know, and yes. Yeah, he and I had this conceptually, this concept that you just explained, where if the school can repurpose how it puts its funds, and then allow us to repurpose how we do ours, then it would really help our budget this year in the town.
The only thing I know gets complicated for them is how Boylston does the capital. We've always done capital exclusively through the free cash, and Boylston does not. They've done it differently between the two schools. So as a result, you end up with these, no.
It's complicated.
No,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Well,
You can't follow the bouncing ball. Because
yeah,
you're
but
doing it- Right, okay.
which is why one of the options would be, if they do vote on something like this and went with their present plan as is, and they're gonna move forward, instead of using the free cash, we could also consider it to be an offset to tax rate, because they would be taking these off of our future free cash needs.
And they're not just free actors in this, the school committee needs to vote on this, and needs to be explained in a way that is
Right.
digestible. Because none of this stuff is
What's next?
easy. You wanna go home?
Yeah, I think that's,
No, that's
yeah,
okay.
I don't
No.
think we really vote on this spreadsheet.
Well, because we don't have enough information,
Yeah,
so.
exactly
No.
here,
Right.
so I think we're all set, there's no.
No reserve fund
transfers.
transfers this
And you
week?
meet next week too?
Yes, we
Okay.
are, and
Yeah.
I just had checked to see that we're on the schedule,
Okay,
so
cool.
we are all set.
Next
So-
week is cultural council, highway facilities, inspectional services. And one last PS, I invited them to phone me, to keep the dialogue going, is there anything that, messages I can bring back here, or whatever, on whether they can accommodate us and try to do something a little different with
Are we
the
gonna,
buckets they use in their budget.
are we gonna deviate from the original going through TA?
No, Jeff is the official connection to the
Mhm.
school
Yep.
district, so I don't wanna be out of line on
Okay.
that. And,
Yeah, we'll continue that
but
communication.
I can
that
give
way.
you, we can exchange a phone number if that's helpful.
No worries.
I don't know. I didn't, I was invited to go there, I didn't ask to go there.
Now you're uninvited.
He
Okay,
even had donuts
Are
for
we
me, so
all-
I don't know.
are we all set?
I don't know,
Yep.
Sheena,
All
I
right,
have
so,
nothing else, thank you for your patience.
Motion to adjourn, Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.